What's up, Farming Dream fans? Back at you with another video. I need to get some content out there because quite frankly, with this new job and everything, I haven't done anything in a while. And I was that guy that ruined my SD card and lost a lot of my footage, so I'm kind of scrambling to find content, but find new content for you guys. But wanted to start off with, I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. And looking forward to a great new year as 2019 comes ringing in. Just some updates on what I'm doing. You know, I rented 40 more acres, so that adds to the total. Wanted a little bit more, but worked with the landowner, got 40 acres. So we'll take that, farming as my own, you know, and take that blessing that we were given, and we'll move forward there. So I'll kind of give you my future videos, my outlook, what I'm projecting right now, what I feel the market's going to do, what I feel. I think corn's still going to be pretty heavy going into next year. I think a lot of guys have pushed beans in my area, have pushed beans to try to capture that $9 to $10 market. So I think corn to follow rotations, because guys are still pretty loyal to that. I think corn is going to be a little bit heavier, but that's just a little tidbit going into that. I want to show off my Minnesota Millennial Farmer hat. Zach, thank you. If you guys don't know Zach, the Minnesota Millennial Farmer, I will link that in the description below. Please go check him out. He's almost to 200,000 subscribers. Almost. That is amazing. So congratulations to you, Zach. Hopefully you get to see this video. But yeah, go get your merch also. And it's actually a really good quality hat. Yeah, it's really thick. You know, it's not a cheap hat by any means. So I'm really happy about that because this is one I can wear every single day that I'm out and about. And you know, I think Bree's already gotten mad a couple times that I wear it so much. So thanks, Zach. Go get your hats. Anyway, this video, what we're looking at is auction prices, 1770 planters. Why, you ask? Well, I'm in the market for a 1770 planter, or at least what I think. I'm in the market for any planter of what's a good deal for me and what makes sense. I would like to have a white planter. I've heard a lot of good things about white planters. Unfortunately, there is no real good dealer in my area. We just lost a local dealer, and that kind of hurts. So I just don't know enough about them. I've heard good things, just don't know enough about them. So obviously the predominant planters in this area are going to be Kinsey, John Deere, and Case IH. I'm not wild. I grew up Case IH. That's tractors, that's what I knew. Combines, that's what I know. But planter wise, I'm just not wild on their closing systems. I'm not wild on the True V. Well, it's not a True V. It's, you know, if you got your disc openers, they ride like this. So they say it's no-till without a no-till disc. Whatever you want to say. And then the closing system where you're trying to throw dirt back over the seed and then pack it down with the packing wheel. They call it the early riser system. I just don't know if I'm sold on that. I've been in some tough situations where it hasn't worked out. Maybe it's operator error where I didn't have it set up correctly. I don't know. But I'm still a fan of John Deere planters. I've done really well with John Deere planters, John Deere drills. I think they've proven themselves over time. Simple concept. Now, are they a bit pricey because you're paying for green paint? Yes, absolutely. But dealer support is there. I can't argue with that. So what I want to do is kind of give you you guys kind of a tidbit of what I do looking for a planter, what I'm looking at, because you know, really what it comes down is it depends on your operation, your ground, you know, what your inputs are, what you're paying for rent, what, you know, there's so many situations that's unique to you. That I can't give you the best answer in that. What I can do is give you the adage of what I do. And a lot of guys, you know, they try to do impulse buys. I think you've seen through the Gleaner series that I'm not an impulse buyer. Do I want it? Yeah, I want it. But does it make sense for me? And that's the question we need to answer. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at auction prices. We're going to take a look at auction prices in Ohio, possibly Indiana, since I'm on the western side of Ohio, in the last 6 to 8 months. What I'll do through this is I'll show you planters that have sold. I'll show you planters that have been really local that have sold that I've actually bid on. And what I'll also do is I'll show you planters that I'm in negotiations right now with. To try to buy, which could go backwards on me, I guess. I guess somebody could swoop in after they see it and buy it. So what? That's the way it is. So that's what I want to do. That's what I want to show you. We're going to do some on-screen kind of stuff so you can see as I scroll through what I'm thinking and what we're doing, and we'll go from there. So without further ado, let's get in it. Okay, guys, this is and let me back up a little bit. I apologize. I got a little bit of a cold, so my nose is plugged, so I sound a little stuffy. I think my voice is going to be a little deeper than what it normally is, but we're not going to let that stop us. So one of the websites I use, and I think most of you guys probably have heard of it or use it also, is Auction Time. So it's a free website. You just go to auctiontime.com. So I'll kind of click of what you're going to see. So this is what the website will come up. You go to farm equipment, auction results, and then let's just be very broad here. Let's go into planters. Let's go into let's look at John Deere. Ooh, right there. That'll if you guys seen that, we're going to talk about that planter right there. So John Deere brings up this list of all their planters that have sold on auction on the left side. That planter right there we will talk about. So 1770 is the early 97, 98s through what, 02, 03-ish, 04. That's going to be your center fills like this one right here. And then you get into, I believe these are called 1770 NTs. I believe they're no-tills, but somebody correct me if you're wrong, because if I'm wrong, because I believe if you go to the 1760s, there's a 1760 NT, and that stands for narrow transport. So these could be 1770 narrow transports. I don't know if they're no-till narrow transport, whatever they are, but they're the later models of the 1770s. So let's start with just probably going to be my price range. I'm probably not going to be able to afford a central fill system. Most of these are going to be a little bit out of what I want to pay at this point in my farming career. So probably this, not going to care, but as you see, there's not a lot of them out there, so we're not going to use that as a data point. We got 71 of these and 50 of those, so let's try the 71 here. Let's see what it brings up. Okay, so I have it set up on my my zip code, so it's going to show me the closest ones. So here we got no one that sold for 15.3. That's a 16 row. What we're looking at, rubber tire and closing. So standard closing system, True V openers, you can read what it's got there. 15.3, sold back on December 6th of 2017, so a little over a year ago. As we keep going down, another 2001, that's 37 miles from me, 16.1. 98, 12,000, 40 miles from me. 97, that just recently sold, a week ago. 14,000. Says very sharp. I'll let you determine if you believe that's very sharp or not. It did have row cleaners on it. That's nice, especially the Martin ones. This was an interesting planter here that just sold. This is from a gentleman up in Paulding. I did not talk to him, but it actually has the hydraulic downforce system. So instead of a spring system or an air pneumatic system, it actually has hydraulic downforce system that is probably the quickest system on the market that you can get. And that is I'm going to guess, I've never priced one, but a very expensive system. So it sold very well. I mean, it is decked out on precision parts, and that hydraulic system is it's pretty neat. So it's a 98, I believe, 97, 98, and you see it brought pretty good money. But also it has technology that even brand new planters do not have on it. We'll skip that. An 02 for 7,000. Wow, what was wrong with that one? One bracket broke, no monitor displays are worn, so she looks like she's been used. How about that? And that sold just in October. So I think you guys are getting a general feel of what the market is. Here's one that sold a year and a half ago for 30. I think that brought pretty good money. So and really in auctions, all it takes is two guys to tango. You know that. But 12.2, 13.6, 13.2, and all these are 12-16 rows. 13.5, 11.8. You're getting my point here. Every now and then you gotta, wow, somebody really a year ago wanted that one. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought that said 31,000. Oh, 11,000. So let me keep going. Yep, my mistake. So 7,000, 8,000. You're seeing what I'm seeing here. Very teens. That one was labeled wrong. That should be an NT. So that's an oddball. But you're seeing what I see in this. 15 to 20,000 is what these planters are going for. So let's go back. Let's get into the 1770 no-tills as I take a swig of something to drink. Okay. So again, these are set up to be close to me. So this planter, let's talk this planter. This planter is about 5 miles from me. We went and looked at it. You can see I actually did bid on it. I tried to bid on it. I tried to win it. But there's a selling price of $33,200. Let's look at the pictures. So 16 row, 450 gallon tank, row cleaners, no tills, standard closing wheels, vacuum, all precision, and the seed discs, pneumatic downforce. Very nice planter for an 03. And I knew the farmer that had it. They took very good care of it. I said vacuum, but kind of a tough picture with the sun dry. But really, the only few things I found on this planter when I looked at it was a few of the fertilizer gauge wheels needed new bearings in them. But really, the openers were good. The parallel arms were good. Or these bushings in here were all good. The closing wheel bearings were all good. Just a few of these mechanisms up there, which is probably pretty standard to those planters. So I felt this planter was in the $25,000 to $30,000 range. That's what I felt. It is 2x2, but it can be switched over to on seed. It has Keatons on it with the liquid tubes, so you can switch that over if you would like to. I felt 25 to 30. You see what it sold for. I was in the 28 range with it, and I let it go. Again, trying not to think emotionally that I absolutely need that planter. I don't need that planter. I need a planter, but I don't absolutely need that planter if it's going to go more than what I'm willing to pay. You've seen what the prices were on the 1770s. Yes, this is a 1770 NT, but let's go back and kind of take a look at some of the prices on these. So 2012, 67,000. Now you have 9 years difference here. Remember that. So you got to be very careful with these because there's such an age gap. 03 at 26, 2010 at 45, 2007 at 44, 2009 56. Now remember also all of these are going to have different options on them. No two of these planters are exactly alike, so you have to keep that in your mind. All of these are going to be within 200 miles of me. 35.4, 47.1. I was interested in that planter, but it went way more than what I wanted to pay. And it was probably a good buy. That was a very sharp planter. But I'm just not prepared to pay $47,000 right now. $37,000 for 2012. So you can see the prices. We're starting to get a little bit far. We're getting about 120, 130 miles from me. There's no 5 for 30,000. So there's dealers out here. Now that was a year and a half ago when the market was still a little tough, but really grain prices haven't changed enough in this. There was a planter last year, 2010, for 36,000. That's a deal. To me, that's a deal there, man. Row cleaner combo, double disc, piston pump, variable rate drive, on seed and 2x2 looks like. Yeah, I mean that looked like a deal right there. 07, that's a 24 row for 49. So you're seeing them. I mean, you're seeing the price. It's kind of all over. Just depends age, use, options. But I would say the average price is going to be close to 50,000, 50 to 55, depending on age. But it's all over. So I will take you to another. This is another local auctioneer, Siefker Auctions. I don't know if he's got his there's his website up here. It's Aaron Siefker, a real good guy. Sorry, I had to sneeze there off camera. But anyway, this is Siefker Auctions. They're out of Ottawa, Ohio, and seem to bring real good prices on the stuff they have. He really attracts a good crowd. And here's this planter. So this is 06, 1770, no-till, 1230. See if we can take a look at the pictures here. All right, so pretty sharp looking planter.
Looks like it's been taken care of. But I'll show you why $41,000 was too much for me. Not saying the planter wasn't worth that, but I will show you why for me and my farm scheme of what I'm trying to go back to. Like I said, we're getting a little bit more minimum tillage, cover crops, and no-till. This is a no-till planter. You see the no-till calder there. The 2x2 is ready to go for no-till. But I'll show you the big killer for this planter for me is right here. The heavy-duty down pressure springs. I have these on my planter currently. 6-row, it probably will never be heavy enough for no-till. Some may argue with me out there, but for my soil types right now, 6-row is probably not big enough or heavy enough to do the no-till properly. But I'm not a fan of this. Yes, this planter's probably got the weight to do it. I'm just not a fan of this. I want either pneumatic. I probably can't afford hydraulic. But I want to stay away from this system. So that was the big killer for me. It's got the standard rubber closing wheels. I'd like to see a spiked wheel on there, but beggars can't be choosers at this point. But the planter looks very nice. Don't get me wrong. This is a beautiful planter. But for me, the killing part was those springs. And that's why I was not interested in this planter. So, yeah, but you can see that auction price. I thought that was a pretty strong price for a kind of standard planter. Just has a 150 monitor. Nothing special there. So let's talk the planter I'm recently interested in. You can see what website I'm at. Some of you probably know these guys. They're a fairly large dealer, but I wouldn't say they're a large dealer anymore of some of the conglomerates that are getting out there. So I will show you the planter that I'm kind of in talks with right now. By all means, please shoot your opinions out on this planter. Help me out with it. It's a 2005 1770 NT, whether that's no-till, narrow transport, you tell me, planter. So let's go through the highlights. Obviously, you see the price there. We just went through the auction results, so I'll let you judge if you think that's a fair price. I know I just said I'm not interested in spending that, and I'm still holding firm to that. These dealers have sat on planters for a while. They've sat on equipment for a while with the market the way there is. So sometimes you can catch a good deal. So that's what we're trying to do right now. So let's go through the highlights here. It is a 16-row, way more planter than what I need, but also if it's the right deal for us, I can get done quicker, get my corn in a very timely fashion, and do a great job doing it. Fertilizer, so you've seen it is 2x2, and it also is on seed. Obviously front fold, 3-section, seed dry, blah, blah, 3-bushel boxes. I'm okay on those. Those can be a pain if you got to work on the seed disc or anything like that. It does have soybean disc, got the Yetter combo, row cleaners, a coulter, piston pump, 350 monitor, XP planting units, regular seed tubes, probably replace those. Vacuum meters, so I don't think it has precision meters, so that would need to be upgraded. It does have pneumatic downforce, I am happy about that. Would like to get a spiked wheel on there, so not really too decked out, I guess. Really not compared to some of the planters out there, but then they kind of got their vacuum, blah blah blah, their in-row pop-up, pneumatic blah, whatever. So I can't get Tractor House to pull up right now. I don't know why. Something's acting goofy with their website. But in Tractor House, it says the seed or the discs are worn. So when I called on this planter, I said, what does that mean? Because there's a lot of discs on this. The seed openers are worn, and I just lost my words. The row cleaners are worn. They need to replace. So to wear out a row cleaner, I feel like this planter's got to have quite a bit of use. But that's okay. Like I said, I'm not farming a bajillion acres and need a beautiful brand new planter in this. But we'll go through. I can't really make the pictures anymore bigger than what it is. So take a look at the planter. See what you think. Shoot me what you think this planter's worth. And we can talk a little bit more on camera of what I think it's worth, what I'm trying to get for a deal, and go for there. But yeah, not a lot of not great pictures. I probably really need to go see it in person because, yeah, the pictures just aren't that great. But that's what we're looking at in 05 for 44.8.
Okay, so obviously you've seen that John Deere 17. Oh, a little liquid. It's an Aldi's knockoff beer. Wanted to try it, but Bacher? I don't know. Anyway, you see what that planter, 2005 John Deere 1770 NT, 16 row, dual fertilizer, a little bit worn out. It looks like the previous owner kind of ran it to the end and said, I'm ready for a new one for whatever reason. So I called, actually I got on Tractor House and submitted a offer. I don't know if you guys have seen that feature, but it's kind of nice. It gets those guys kind of scrambling on that side of it. But that's what I did. I submitted an offer. I submitted an offer of $30,000. $30,000. You know, as we go back through the auction prices, was that a fair offer? Was it a low ball? To me, you know, from the auction prices, I thought that was pretty fair, especially with worn out seed discs, worn out row cleaners. You know, you're talking some money there too, especially on the row cleaner side, to get new ones basically. And then, you know, upgrades that I need to do of potentially a spike closing wheel, precision E-sets. This planter is pretty basic to me. Really what it's got going for it's dual fertilizer, which is something we do or want to do again. Kind of expensive, but we've seen results from it. Some guys haven't. You know, like you said, it just depends on your soil type, your area, and your farming practices of how you get that seed to respond right out of the gate. But yeah, so basic stuff. There's a lot of for me I need to add in, but from auction prices, that tells me I think 30,000 is a fair offer. Now they called me, so that told me they're interested. They're interested. We're in the ballpark if they called. They could have just said, nah, he lowballed me, not even interested, you know, even dealing with this guy. They called. So that tells me they're interested. Now, here's what the response was. We're not going to take off anything on the planter, but we want to sell the planter to you. You're not going to take anything off the planter, but you want to sell the planter to me. That sounds like every dealer in America. I want what I want, and yeah, make it happen. Okay, so here's the catch. They wanted to give me a $5,000 parts credit. So basically spend more money with us, fix the planter here. You know, here's the thing about me and kind of my operation. Like I said, you guys know I work full-time outside of here. I work full-time in a food service manufacturing environment. It's very busy, it's very stressful, and it's very time consuming. I don't really have the time. A lot of guys are going to cringe that I say this, but I don't have the time to work on a 16-row planter to get it in shape by April of this year. I don't. I mean, I'm going to admit that. I don't have a shop to put it in. I don't have, you know, nothing to really make that happen. So where people save, they save by doing that work, which is great. I wish I had the capability to do it. I wish I, you know, had that time to do it. Where people save to get that done, I have to work to get that done. So I'm not necessarily working on the farm, I'm working outside to feed the farm. Does that make sense? So it kind of works the same way for me, that yes, I necessarily can't save money by doing that, but I'm building an income over here to make that happen, to afford that. Is it going to be expensive? Yeah, it's going to be expensive, but for me, the payoff is have a great job on this side that's funding this dream. I have to give my all here to make this happen. So that's a give and take right now for me. I don't have the shop, the time, and the energy right now to fix that planter the way I want it. Eventually down the road, I'd love to get to that point. Right now, no. So I have to give my full effort right here to pay for that. And that's, a lot of guys will probably argue with me on that. That's fine, you know. But that's where I'm at right now. You know, usually I go into work about 5:30. Right now, I'm not getting home till 5. So that's 12 hours out of the day. A lot of guys say, yeah, farmers run all night. I will go get in the tractor and I'll run till 2, 3 in the morning. You know, I'll do it. But where do you fix the equipment then in the meantime? So that's the whole thing. You know, I'm working here to pay for that, to get that thing field ready. So back to the point, $5,000 credit. So let's say you take that off, $44,500. Is that worth it? You tell me. Give me your opinion down below. You know, obviously we're not trading anything in this straight cash deal. $39,500, I think it's too much. I think it's too much right now. You know, they're going to come back with what it's going to cost to get that planter into shape. So that's the price of new row cleaners. That's the price of new openers. And then on the side, I had them price a spiked wheel, which I can probably find cheaper somewhere else, but just to get a price, and then precision parts, which I can probably find cheaper, but just to get a price. $39,500, $44,500 cash, $5,000 discount. Spend money, more money with them. Not really more money, but you get what I'm saying. It's still in their control. So that's where we're at. I think right now I'm not really interested in that deal. I'd rather see a little bit more money come off the planter, or maybe maybe if they threw a $10,000 part credit. I don't know if that's ever been done before. I've heard $5,000 before, but I don't know if I've ever heard 10. But if you throw a $10,000, $35,000 for the planter, you know, if you got a $10,000 part credit, you can probably maybe get the spiked wheels done. I don't know. It may push a little close to that limit, but I don't know. You guys shoot me down below in the comments what you think that planter's worth, what you would pay for it. Tell me, is $44,500 with a $5,000 parts credit a good deal? I personally don't believe it is, but maybe some of you guys will change my opinion on that. But that's where I'm at. Like I said, we picked up 40 more acres. We're moving a little more no-till, minimum tillage. So we sold our planter, so we got to do something, but we're not desperate. You know, we're going to find the right deal out there, and that's going to be kind of probably going in this winter. You're going to see a lot of videos like this of just where we're at, what we're looking at, what we're doing. But that's where we're at right now. So shoot me a comment what you think. I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for hanging on for the month delay to get more videos out here. But that's where we're moving to right now. Also, add me on Snapchat. Search Farming Dreams in Snapchat. All one word, Farming Dreams. But I am on Snapchat yet. Now I'm trying to do just a quick daily video on there for you guys. I think you guys have blown that up already. But if you haven't got me on Snapchat, get on Snapchat with me. And we'll have some fun on there. Like a couple of you guys have shot me pictures of your versatile tractors already. That's awesome. Love to see those. If you don't have Minnesota Millennial Farmers merch, go get that. Subscribe to his channel. Like this video. Subscribe here to stay in tune. Put the bell on. There's a little bell over here. Put that bell on. Maybe it's over here, over here, over here. I don't know. That way you'll see these videos. Because like I said, I'm not doing daily videos. I try to shoot for every 2 weeks. I just don't have the stuff every day, the content of some of these other guys. But shoot the bell on so you'll see exactly when I put something out. You'll get notified when that happens. Yeah, Snapchat, subscribe, get your merch for Zach, get him to 200,000, and shoot me comments below of what you think that planter's worth. Is that a good deal or not? And we will continue this series. So appreciate you guys. I hope you had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and go Buckeyes.